Hello everyone. So today I would be explaining you about a very important topic in operating systems, which is deadlocks. So deadlock से आपको क्या सजेशन क्या मिलती है कि क्या हो रहा है deadlock से? Deadlock basically एक word है जिससे हमें signify हो रहा है कि आगे process continue नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि उसको certain resources या certain जो उसको चीज़ें चाहिए वो आगे fulfill नहीं हो रही. जैसे कोई road है, उसका कोई dead end होता है, उसके आगे कहीं जा नहीं सकता, तो वो एक deadlock है. अगर कोई एग्रीमेंट है, सपोज दो पार्टीज़ हैं, अगर उनका एग्रीमेंट फुलफिल नहीं हो रहा, कोई भी अपना जो उनको चीज़ें चाहिए वो चेंज नहीं करना चाह रहे, तो वो एक एग्रीमेंट है जो आगे बढ़ नहीं पा रहा, तो वो भी एक डेडलॉक है. सो आजकल के मॉडर्न एरा में जहाँ कंप्यूटर्स के पास मल्टी प्रोसेसिंग कैपेबिलिटीज़ होती हैं, ऐसी सिचुएशन होना बहुत कॉमन है. और सबसे बड़ी बात क्या है, देयर इज नो वे वी कैन प्रिवेंट अ डेडलॉक टू अकर. इफ इट हैपन देयर इज नो वे वी कैन क्योर इट. So I would be going more in detail about this topic in my further in this video. Okay, so now I would be giving you some more examples to help you understand much better what deadlock is. So let us consider some real world scenarios. Suppose there is a bank and there is you. You need to open an account in a bank, and bank is and you tell the bank that please open an account for me and I would deposit the money after once my account is opened. But the bank on the other hand says that we can open your account only when you deposit a certain amount of money. So since here none of them changes their conditions to fulfill others' demand, a deadlock is being created over here. Another example, if we take, suppose there are two persons who needs to make bread and bread jam, and one has got a bread and the other one has got a jam. And since to make a bread jam you need both, and none of them is willing to give the other his resource, so the process cannot be completed, and here again a deadlock occurs. If we consider another example, let us consider there is a road with two cars in it. Car A and car B. Car A wants to go towards his right, and car B wants to go towards his left. But since the road is being blocked for the other by the other car, they cannot move. They cannot move to the other side until and unless one of them agrees to move backwards. And since none of them agrees to move backwards, there is another scenario in which a deadlock has been occurred. Considering of a more technical aspect, what happens in an operating system or what happens in a code is, suppose you have a semaphore. So what semaphore is basically a variable. Semaphore is basically a variable which decides which process should continue in multiprocessing operating system. What is a multiprocessing operating system? Multiprocessing operating system is one in which multiple processes occurs all together. So semaphore is basically a variable which decides which process to occur at a certain amount of time. So if we consider two processes, process 1 and process 2. Process 1 and process 2. Process 1 has been, suppose process 1 runs first. Process 1 runs first and process 1 has been allocated with resource R1, after which it goes to sleep. In the meantime, as you all know that CPU cannot remain idle because it decreases efficiency. So CPU cannot remain idle at any given amount of time. It constantly looks for other processes to occur. So what happens over there is CPU shifts to another process P2, which needs resource R2. And since R2 is freely available, it is being allocated to P2 with no issues. But what happens after here is P2 again goes to sleep, and as I have mentioned that CPU cannot remain idle, so CPU control shift back to process P1, and here process P1 needs resource R2. Process P1 here needs resource R2. But since you know that resource R2 has been occupied by process 2, so it cannot be allocated to process 1, and process 2 would not give it resource to process 1 to fulfill its needs. So here what happens is a deadlock is being created. This is a concept which is more common in languages such as Java and C++, and I would be giving you an example of the same in the following code. Have a look at it. Okay, so to give you all a more deep understanding on deadlock, I wanted to show you a code that will make your concepts even clearer and help you understand what deadlock is and why does it happen. So This is a code I have written in Java in IntelliJ. So here what I have done is I have allocated two resources named resource1 and resource2. After that I have created a process. You assume it to be a process, thread t1, and what it does is it runs a function run, and then it's been initialized with a resource that I have created above. So I printed out to be thread1 logged resource1. After that what it does is this process goes for sleep for 50 milliseconds. But as you all know that CPU won't sleep, and it constantly looks for more programs to run if there are any. So CPU searches it and finds that there is another process named thread T2 that I have initialized, and needs it also is running a function run. And here I have again initialized process 2 with resource 2, as you can see. Then again this process goes on sleep, so CPU returns back to the previous process that it has been running, and it's again try to initialize resource to it. But as you all know that we have initialized resource 2 with process 2, and so resource 2 is with process 2 and cannot be initialized to process 1. So if I run this code, it's running over here. Yeah. So as I've written in the code, thread 1 logged resource 1, and after that it shifts to this part of the code, and thread 2 logged resource 2. After that it again comes back to this, but resource 2 is being initialized with the process 2, so it won't run this code. And as you can see, there's a deadlock being created, as you can see with the green dot over here, that this process is still running, as the code hasn't been completed yet, and it won't be completed, so a deadlock has been created. This is what deadlock suggests you. And so if I terminate this code on my own, you can see that the process finished with the exit code -1. So -1 is a error. -1 indicates that there's been error over here. So I hope now you have a better understanding of what deadlock is. So now I would be giving you a formal definition of what deadlock is. So according to Wikipedia, if two or more processes are waiting on happening of some event which never happens, then we say that these processes are involved in a deadlock. So वही चीज़ हो गई कि अगर दो प्रोसेस हैं, उनको अपने रिसोर्सेज मिल नहीं रहे एक आगे अपने को कंटिन्यू करने के लिए, देन अ डेडलॉक वुड बी क्रिएटेड. Now I would be mentioning some 4 important necessary conditions for a deadlock to occur. The first one being mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion क्या कहता है कि if you have a process that has been allocated a resource R1, suppose if you have a process P1 that has been allocated with resource R1, then R1 can only be allocated to one process. That is, it cannot be allocated, that is R1 cannot be allocated to process P2. Second condition is hold and wait. Hold and wait, what suggests is, if suppose there is a process P2 and it holds multiple resources, then it can even ask another process to give it more resources that is being held by some other processes. The third necessary condition is non-preemptive. Non-preemptive is that it suggests that suppose there are two processes P1 and P2. P1 has been allocated with resource R1 and P2 has been allocated with resource R2. P1 needs resource R2 and P2 needs resource R1. So suppose P1 needs resource R2 which has been allocated to process 2. So it cannot force process P2 to give its resource R2 to P1. This is non-preemptive. The fourth condition is circular wait. Circular wait is basically the same as what other things suggested. So I would be referring to a very famous example for it. Suppose there is a process P1, process P2, resource R1, resource R2, resource R1. P1 has been needs resource R2. P1 has been allocated resource R1. P2 has resource R2 and P2 needs resource R1. So here you can see a circular ring has been created. This is what a circular wait is. So these are the necessary conditions for a deadlock to occur. I now hope you have a better understanding of what deadlock is and what are the necessary conditions of a deadlock to occur. And I hope you like this lecture. Thank you. So that was all it. I hope now you have a better understanding of what deadlock is. Thank you. Thank you for watching this.